Mowgli takes a long, hard look at herself in her mirror music video. Mowgli is a multi-talented artist whose influence goes beyond the indie hypnotic sound her projects provide. The German creative is an independent artist who takes full control of the projects she puts out without the noise of a record label. Mowgli gained international recognition with her debut album, Wanderer, which was the soundtrack to her 2017 Netflix documentary, Expedition Happiness. Following its release, Mowgli was creatively inspired and released her Patience EP in 2019. The EP was accompanied by a tour, which unfortunately resulted in a burnout and depression period in the artist's life. This time in her journey launched the artist into a new period of self-discovery and healing. She created her latest project, Ravage, which will debut as a full album with an epic companion film on May 12. Even though it all ties together now, when I started out, it was just an album, Mowgli tells PopSugar. I wrote the album over a span of 1 or 2 years. Mowgli took her self-discovery and healing journey seriously, making sure to record each stage to capture the full spectrum of her emotions. I would go to the studio when something happened, and I took the next step in my emotional journey when I felt like I had something to say, she states. I didn't write it as a concept album, I just wrote it alongside living and experiencing all of these things like depression and changing my life a lot. Despite not being backed by a label, Mowgli decided to take her film concept to a production studio. I just had to decide to do it, otherwise it wasn't going to happen, the artist says. I went to a production company, I played the songs and told them the stories and my ideas for the movie. It took 5 hours, and I was lucky enough that they were as crazy as me. The next hurdle the artist faced was getting the project financed. I think a part of them didn't think I would get it financed, and then I did, and they were like, okay, now we have to do it. The project was filmed over 18 days and is being released in a 10-part episodic series, with the full film debuting on May 12. We didn't shoot it as music videos or episodes, we shot it as a movie. I release it now as episodes but I edit it as a movie, Mowgli explains. The latest installment of the 10-part episodic series is titled, Mirror. I was reflecting on my own toxic capabilities because that's something that we rarely do, Mowgli notes. At that point, I was dating someone who was very similar to me, and we both meant well but didn't end up being good for each other. She adds, it's a metaphorical episode, it is its own dimension. In this infinity room I am battling with all of the different voices and emotions in my head. Check out the music video for Mirror below, and pre-order Ravage here. To celebrate its release, Mowgli will be hosting a global watch party on YouTube on May 12.